2, this is he beefed with Critical and lost 99% of his audience. Let's get in.
Def Noodles, 500,000 subscribers but only a few hundred views per video. The total collapse of his channel had been building for months beforehand, although the final nail in the coffin was an ill-fated beef with Penguin Zero, who also covered news and drama, although with one major difference: each creator's level of integrity. While Critical only covers topics that he's qualified to speak on, Def Noodles began to wreck his image by covering anything and everything with a sloppy, embarrassing, complete lack of research. For example, back when James Charles was being accused of a comedy TikToker named Sammy Sens posted an obviously fake James Charles chat log, captioned with the hashtags funny and meme, making it obvious that the screenshot was an edited joke. Well, Def Noodles rushed to his Twitter writing, "Who could have seen this coming? James Charles exposed by 14-year-old."
Oh yeah, that's one way to kill your shit quick. That's why I don't do content like that. I was thinking about it, like talking on topics that like become trending and shit like that. But I know myself not, and like sometimes I don't fully look into stuff, and I don't feel like I'm qualified to talk about it, bro.
Old boy, apparently not even looking at the screenshot's original date, when James Charles would have still been a minor himself. To make Def Noodles' obvious lack of research worse, he'd then promote a second, even faker screenshot, with Def Noodles responding in the most immature way. He'd state, "This page is satirical, meaning it's not meant to be taken seriously. Tone is overly serious because it's meant to be satirical.
The way I present things."
Nah, but what you're not gonna do is make it seem like I'm talking to a 14-year-old and then talk about it's fucking satirical. No, bro, that shit is detrimental to somebody's branding, dude. Bro, that makes or breaks somebody's fucking career. And you talking about a satirical? Who would have seen this? Why would you report that? First of all, why would somebody put out a random meme like that? That's fucked up. But also, why would you report on something like that? That shit is also trash.
Is so serious, that's what's supposed to be the satire.
However, this move backfired terribly, as Keemstar would give Def Noodles a taste of his own fake satire. Def Noodles has allegedly groomed girls from ages 12 to 15. Big YouTuber source, victims are scared of him and wish to stay anonymous but may come forward soon. Def Noodles has declined to give us a comment on these allegations made against him, with Def Noodles then responding to the mockery in another terrible way, by lawsuit.
I am now suing.
Oh, so now it's a lawsuit worthy, but when you did it, it was satire. Niggas throw rocks and hide their hands. Like, nigga, what? Bro, come on, bro.
Him to clear my name of these false allegations and to hold him accountable for knowingly making false accusations.
And as summarized by a comment reading, he's been spiraling since the Keemstar lawsuit announcement. This is where Def Noodles' life completely fell apart.
Damn.
Because despite suing Keemstar for falsely tweeting about him being a pedo, Def Noodles went on to do this to another YouTuber named SimbaThaGod, while at
Wait, what is that
being
say?
a pedo, Def Noodles went on to
Motherfucker got famous on TikTok for joking about fucking and gets offended when someone jokes about him. But you know he was right. I shouldn't have said that. I should have instead said he makes himself look so small in this video to hide the fact that he looks like what?
do this to another YouTuber named SimbaThaGod, while adding "put this MF on a watch list, he looks mad suspicious." When people called Def Noodles out for doing the same thing he was suing Keemstar for, Def Noodles claimed he hadn't wronged SimbaThaGod in any way because 1. My bio says comedian, 2. Since
Bro, what are you? I'm a comedian, so I can, like, bro, shut the fuck up.
2019, I've said I covered news as a joke and wasn't meant to be taken seriously. And 3, saying someone looks like a pedo isn't an accusation, especially when they objectively look like a pedo. As a result, SimbaThaGod broke down live on stream.
This is a joke to you. It's a game to you. This isn't a game to me, Dennis. This is so real to me.
So
After which Def Noodles took a screenshot of SimbaThaGod crying and turned it into a piece of his own merch. Comments such as "the fact that Def is making fun of him for this is crazy."
Right, you're actively ruining this nigga's life. You're literally actively bringing negative light onto this person that has nothing to do with you. Front page, AW. But you're actively bringing a negative light to a person's life and then go and try to sell, bro. Oh, I would sue the fuck out of you. Defamation.
The audience was losing respect for Deaf Noodles.
Your platform is going away because you're unjustifiably targeting me.
Which began to show in Deaf Noodles' following, as for the first time ever he began to lose subscribers.
Damn.
Although rather than recalibrating and letting his reputation heal, he'd almost instantly jump into another controversy that would ultimately end everything, a beef with Penguin Zero. In addition to reporting the news, Deaf Noodles had made the claim that he was apparently a professional comedian. He'd state, "I have a background in comedy. I trained literally for years as an improviser. I've performed in basically every major theater and comedy venue in New York and LA. Every stand-up place, every place that you can think of and you can find on Google, I have performed there," which Deaf Noodles went on to prove by showing an awkward, unfunny clip of him performing live.
Yeah, I got boy problems.
Deaf Noodles clearly couldn't see that he wasn't as good as he thought. However, this didn't stop him from opening his own 50-person comedy club, christening the venue with an event called Super Roast Battle. It ran for an hour and a half and was streamed to a live audience on both Twitch and YouTube, leaving no space for mercy if the event was a total failure, and a total failure the event would certainly be.
Damn.
The first 24 minutes saw the audience sitting there waiting, and it's therefore no surprise they weren't exactly hyped when Deaf Noodles finally started the show.
Alright, LA, are you ready?
Damn.
You ready?
Boo, tomato,
I don't think we're
tomato.
gonna do the show anymore. This crowd's like, they're all asleep.
These 24 silent
Well,
minutes were spent setting up the unprepared lighting and sound,
Wow.
which clearly hadn't been checked or rehearsed.
Hey, Steven, turn on the lights. No, wrong lights. That's the house lights. Almost there. Wrong lights. So the lights are actually right here. I think I'm mic 1. Am I mic 1? Hello. There we go. Can you tell this is the first time doing this?
Although things only got worse when the roasts actually started.
I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't even boot this bitch up until niggas was like, I get the crowd sitting there, but you booted up a live stream and you wasn't ready for 24 minutes? Alright, G.
Like you woke up in a dumpster.
Probably. You're like my cousin if you were a girl.
Thank you. I bet you cried when you got those tattoos.
I did.
Deaf Noodles spent the hour telling the worst jokes the world had ever heard, in the process picking up a 1-week Twitch ban for something said by one of the roasters. The event was so heavily criticized by the internet.
Deaf Noodles, this guy is just something else. I cannot believe what I just witnessed. I think I'm still trying to recover from it. This was honestly one of the more embarrassing things I've ever seen.
Deaf Noodles convinced himself the show was successful since it started a trend on Twitter, although it seemed this attitude changed completely when Penguin Zero uploaded "I've never seen something this horrible."
This was a complete fucking disaster on a level I haven't seen before. Imagine Fire Festival, but if it actually happened and was worse than anyone could have imagined.
Critical gave a different take on why the show was a total failure.
Nobody knew each other. Literally nobody. So all they can do is roast each other's appearance because they don't know them.
Before offering a couple roasts of his own.
Like, this is what happens at like a middle school lunch table. It's like that episode of SpongeBob. Hey, so what's up with salt shakers? Oh,
Hey,
brother,
man,
this
nah,
guy
that's just
stinks.
bad.
However, Deaf Noodles couldn't handle his basic criticism, as he'd respond with his own video titled "My Apology to MoistCr1TiKaL for First Super Roast Battles." Deaf Noodles spent the video sarcastically pretending he wasn't hurt.
Greatest crime that I committed was to have caused the great MoistCr1TiKaL to cringe. Would like to extend my sincerest apologies for causing you to cringe while watching my roast battle. I am sitting here ludicrously buckling to my knees, self-deprecatingly acquiescing.
Damn. Look at that like.
Oh,
Then look at that
great.
like to dislike ratio. Good lord.
MoistCr1TiKaL.
Joking he deserved the
1,000 likes to 10,000 dislikes. Damn.
highest form of punishment for his failed comedy show.
Not only should I have been arrested and sent to the gulags, but I should have also been forced to live the rest of my miserable existence being waterboarded while Baby Shark plays on loop at max volume in the background, and 2 CIA torture experts electrocute the tip of my penis with tweezers.
In the 6 hours that followed, Deaf Noodles received a 90%
Damn.
dislike ratio, a loss of 3,000 subscribers, and thousands and thousands.
3,000. 30,000, you mean?
20% dislike ratio, a loss of 3,000.
That's about 30. That's about 30. That's not the 3. That's the 3-0.
Subscribers and thousands of comments completely and utterly wrecking him. This is obviously trying to be ironic, but the layers of actual self-pity and insecurity make this very hard to watch. You can tell Charlie hurt his feelings. This is cringier than the roast battle itself, so much that Critical came back to spank him again.
This is going to be me talking about his response video, which I think is a very important lesson in how not to handle controversy.
Look at nah, I ain't gonna lie. Does he still use the same camera? This camera right here kind of crispy. Hello?
However, the most notable announcement for the previous 2 videos was that Def Noodles had doubled down by scheduling another roast battle.
The only way for me to make this situation right again is to produce another roast.
Which somehow became even worse than the first one.
No way.
Alright, so Def Noodles hosted another one of his roast battles, and he somehow outdid himself. I could not believe what I was watching. I've never seen anything like this.
Because rather than casting a bunch of local comics, Def Noodles chose to invite his mortal enemy Salvo Pancakes, who filled the audience with his fans who were there to cause some chaos. The audience sat there waiting even longer than the first battle, and when Def Noodles finally walked out from the back, his roasts were physical rather than verbal.
Damn!
After shoving Salvo Pancakes, he'd get his revenge by walking through the crowd and onto the stage, signing his own Salvo Pancakes posters, completely disrupting the show. This should have been the perfect chance for Def Noodles to roast his enemy, although in true Def Noodles fashion he hadn't prepared material and would instead get roasted by Salvo.
If we were here, there'd be nobody in the crowd.
After having a drink thrown on him, Salvo was forced out of the show by security, with the second Super Roast Battle's terrible mismanagement giving Penguin Zero a fresh new video.
At first I thought this was staged, because it looks like something straight out of the WWE. I was half expecting Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out with a beer and a chair and hit Def Noodles in the back with it.
With comments such as, "I like how Charlie has had this same format and style for years, and is still funnier than Def Noodles would ever be. Def Noodles' image was dying with every passing hour." The headshot came with Penguin Zero's 4th Def Noodles video, totaling over 10 million views worth of Def Noodles criticism, which could have easily been avoided by ignoring Critical's first video. When combined with all of his previous controversy, Def Noodles' monthly viewership went from 4 million to 400,000, although despite already losing 90% of his fan base, he somehow still had further to fall. His news-related content became low-effort challenge videos, while an attempt to pivot to interviews also failed to make a difference. More than 1 year after the roast battle incident, every video was still getting at least 50% dislikes, and a bunch of comments along the lines of, 1.5k views in 15 hours is crazy, but it's mind-blowing when you realize Dennis has over 500k subs. Who's watching these videos? Lining up interviews for a non-existent audience wasn't exactly worth it, so he'd instead fall in love with his own failure by uploading a video titled Unsubscribe Challenge.
I want to challenge everybody who's watching this video and is subscribed to this channel to unsubscribe. I want to see if we can break the record for being the most unsubscribed channel in the history of this platform.
This would mark the first of many insane Def Noodles ramblings, including I'm Fat, I'm a Loser, and of course the Unsubscribe Challenge Part 2.
You know, I don't ask for much in life. One of those things would be for you to unsubscribe right now.
Which many of his audience were happy to oblige. Over on Reddit, OKP compiled 20 different videos, which failed to achieve a single view despite being hours old, while a different user questioned if Def Noodles had the least watched channel views to subscribers ratio. Ironically, Def Noodles has since tried to mirror Penguin Zero by launching Def Noodles New, and while some of his takes are surprisingly well put, his thumbnail game and more notably his reputation are still in need of some serious work.
Damn. It sucks, man. It can all be going like that. He crashed out. He did. He did. At that show. It happens, bro. It happens. W vid though.